Hi there and welcome to the second part of my video tutorial on ACDC song Riff Raff. After dealing with the first part of the intro in the previous episode and it's relatively tricky to play syncopated 16th notes, we're now moving on to the rest of the intro, which consists of A power chords, a couple of single notes, as well as a couple of syncopated power chords. Here too, the rhythm is not exactly easy since we're now moving from 140 BPM to 180 BPM and from syncopated 16th notes to syncopated 8th notes. And as always, I've also prepared a step-by-step PDF guide for you, which you can download for free via the link in the video description or the first pinned comment. So let's jump straight into the next part of the intro. Our first 6 bars consist of the main riff, which is a combination of a few A power chords and a few single notes. And as you can see, we're playing the power chords very syncopated again, this time not on the 2, the 3 and the 4, but on the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and. And this is why some who haven't been working with rhythm for very long might already run into some problems here. But as you can see, I've once again programmed everything into our hydrogen drum computer. So we'll first take a look at the entire intro here again. If you watched the last video, you already know exactly how to download and program it yourself at home. If not, feel free to check out the first part of the video, which is now linked up here. We start with bar 29. Simply program a hit on the 2 and, the 3 and the 4 and. And just like last time, you can save a lot of time if you name the next pattern bars 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, and then the one after that, bars 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 41, 43, 45, and then program them into the song mode like this. The first of these patterns has the following accents, all 8th notes except for the 1, while the second pattern has accents on the first 4 8th notes, then on the 3 and the 4 and. Bar 46 has an accent on the 1, the 2 and the 4. Bar 47 only has an accent on the 4 and. Bar 48, another accent on the 1, the 2 and the 4. Bar 49, an accent on the 1 and, the 3, the 4 and the 4 and. These are bars 50 and 52, bars 51, 53. Bar 54 has an accent on the 1, the 2 and the 4. Bar 55 again has only an accent on the 4 and. This is bar 57 with these 3 accents, 1, 2 and 4. Bar 57, another accent on the 1 and, the 3, the 4 and the 4 and. These are bars 58 and 60. These are bars 59 and 61. These are bars 62, 64, 66, 68, bars 63, 65, 67, 69, and the final 3 bars are empty. Now that you've programmed everything again, it will be much easier later once you've learned and memorized the intro without a metronome to play it right away. Let's now take a look at the first 6 bars. Here we strike the A power chord 3 times. You can also count along if you like. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then in bar 2 we let the A power chord ring on the 1 and then play all the other 8th notes with the following 7 notes, including a pull-off here from the 4 to the 4 end, specifically from a C to an open A string. And I've prepared both a tab with the rhythmic accents for you, as well as with your up and down strokes. So the first 3 A power chords are played with downstrokes. And then you switch to alternate picking. And also keep that for the next 2 notes in the next bar. And then switch to downstrokes again. And then we repeat this whole thing for 15 bars. I'd like to play this first part for you very slowly at 90 BPM instead of 180, with the hydrogen drum machine running and the tablature shown. next part of the intro consists of a D power chord, and you can just play a D major chord but only strike the D, G and B strings. Then switch to a G major chord but only strike the top 4 strings, so that you get a G power chord with a D in the bass. On the 4 and strike the D power chord again, it rings into the next bar and is accented again on the 4 and. Then repeat the whole thing in bar 48. Bar 49 has some quicker changes between these two chords, again very syncopated on the 1 and, the 2 and the 3 and. And then on the 4 and play an A power chord to get back into the main riff, which is then repeated for 4 bars. I'll also play the whole thing for you with 90 BPM. After that, we get back into the main riff, which is then repeated for 4 bars. And after that, you repeat the preceding section with your D and G power chords, but here you move into a new riff in E. From this riff you return to the main riff, which you then repeat until the end. Now I'll also play this entire second part of the intro with 90 BPM. Now it's just a matter of putting everything together and playing slowly at 90 BPM so you can really focus on all the accents and correct technique. With the help of this video, the hydrogen drum machine, the tablature, and of course the step-by-step guide you downloaded, this should be no problem at all. To wrap up, I'll play the entire second part of the intro again at 90 BPM. After that, you can increase the tempo of steps of 10 until you play twice as fast on your own. You can also play along with me at full speed, because I'll now play it again at 180 BPM. that's it for this video. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and maybe also a comment with suggestions for future lessons. Also subscribe to my channel so you won't miss new videos and lessons. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye!